Do you feel you have to carefully choose every single word to avoid upsetting your spouse? Do small disagreements turn into big conflicts? Or does avoiding issues make you feel disconnected? Today, I will show you how to be assertive, set healthy boundaries, and express yourself without making things worse. Let's look at Ephesians 4:15, the New King James Version. It says that speaking the truth in love may grow up in all things into him who is the head, Christ. Speaking the truth in love. We only grow when we speak the truth in love, not speaking the truth in aggressiveness, but speaking the truth in love. If we don't speak up, we will not see the growth we want in our relationships. We will not see the change that we want in our relationships. It's very important we speak up, especially for those of us who are introverts. I've had to learn how to speak up, how to be assertive. That is why I am passionate about this message that I'm bringing your way. We need to learn it. You see, being assertive is not about being harsh. It is about being honest while maintaining love and respect. So now let's look at the reasons why we walk on eggshells. There are 4 main reasons why we end up walking on eggshells. The first one is fear of conflict. Fear of conflict. Past arguments have escalated. So right now, we don't want to speak up anymore. When we spoke our minds, it escalated, it resulted in arguments, so now we are afraid. But we need to stop being afraid. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but the spirit of love, of power, and of a sound mind. We need to be bold and speak up. We need to be bold and speak up. Speak the truth in love so that we can see the change that we want to see in our marriages. The second reason why we walk on eggshells is fear of rejection. We don't want to be misunderstood or feel unloved. That is why we are avoiding the issue. So we are just walking on eggshells. We are choosing our words too carefully. That is not intimacy. That is not connection. That is not the way God intends our marriages to be. 3, emotional burnout. And this is as a result of the fact that we've tried so many times. So we are tired and we just keep quiet and allow things to be because we just want to maintain the peace. And that is not healthy. That is not healthy. 4, people-pleasing tendencies. This is very bad. We'll rather sacrifice our peace instead of creating tension. So that is why we end up walking on eggshells. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 25. Proverbs 29, verse 25. New Living Translation, it says that fearing people is a dangerous trap, but trusting the Lord means safety. So avoiding issues won't fix them. Avoiding issues won't fix them. It only builds resentment. It only builds resentment. We need to stop it. We need to speak up. It is so important we learn how to do this and do it the right way. Let's look at the difference in communication styles. And I taught this extensively in my online course, Effective Communication in Marriage. We have 4 main communication styles. The assertive communicator, the aggressive communicator, the passive communicator, and the passive-aggressive communicator. Today, I just want you to quickly go through the differences between being assertive, being aggressive, and being passive. So when we say somebody is passive or somebody is a passive communicator, it means this person does not express their feelings at all. They don't speak up, they don't express their feelings, and they are just there hoping that things will get better. But you see, things don't get better that way. It doesn't. Then you see the aggressive communicator. This person expresses their needs forcefully. They are harsh with their words. They express their needs forcefully, which often leads to arguments, resentment, and emotional walls. Then we have the assertive communicator, which is the one we must all aspire to be. This person expresses their needs clearly, calmly, respectfully, and with boundaries. Calmly, clearly, respectfully, they express their needs and they set healthy boundaries. Colossians chapter 4 verse 6, I want to read the Passion Translation. It says that, let every word you speak be drenched with grace. Let it be drenched with grace and tempered with truth and clarity. That is being assertive. You speak clearly with grace. You choose your words carefully and wisely, and you are gracious. You take into consideration how your spouse will feel, so you choose your timing right, and you temper your words with truth. And you are clear and clarity. You are clear. There's no ambiguity in your sentences. When you speak, we understand clearly what you need, what you want. That is how we are supposed to be. We are supposed to be assertive. Now, let's look at how to speak up without causing more conflict. The very first thing to do is to check your heart before you speak. Check your heart before you speak. Are you speaking out of anger or frustration? Speaking out of any of these will not help because you'll be choosing the wrong words. It will lead to conflict. If you are still feeling angry and feeling frustrated, you need to calm down before starting the conversation. You need to calm down, and then you need to pray before even the conversation. Pray before the conversation. When I have something critical I want to share with my husband, I pray before. I pray and I ask God for wisdom, and I ask God for the right words. It is so important. We are told in the book of James that if anybody lacks wisdom, the person should pray, and God will give liberally. Liberally. God gives wisdom liberally. We just need to ask and we will have it. So it's important to pray before approaching the conversation, and approach it not in the state of anger. It will just mess up everything. You have to be calm before you speak, and pray. Please, it's very important. Pray. We are advised in James 1:19 to be slow to speak, slow to getting angry, but swift to hear. Swift to hear. So please, it's important. Then number 2, use I statements, not you accusations. All right, we are not trying to point the finger. Once you go and initiate your conversations with you start the conversation with you are pointing the finger. It is only going to meet a brick wall. It is only going to cause a fight. For example, don't go saying you never listen to me. You never listen to me. You don't help around the house. No. All of that will not lead anywhere. So if your spouse doesn't listen to you, what the right way to put it is, I feel unheard when I try to share something important. I feel unheard. Nobody can challenge your feeling. I feel unheard. You are not accusing your spouse. You are taking responsibility of your feelings. Say, I feel unheard when I try sharing something important. This shifts the conversation from blame to understanding. It changes the dynamics completely. 3, express needs, not just frustrations. Ladies, it's so important that we learn this, especially us. It's important we learn this. We need to stop expressing our frustrations. The men are not getting it. We have to learn to express our needs and express it clearly. Clearly, that's being assertive. So express your need, not your frustrations. Don't express how that thing is making you feel. No, don't do that. Be solution focused. Don't focus on the complaint. Don't go about complaining. Focus on the solution. So for example, the wrong way is saying, I am tired of being the one who is always setting date night. I'm tired of being the one who is doing everything around the house. No, it will not lead anywhere. The right approach is to say, I would love for us to spend more time together. Can we plan something together? You'll be amazed how they will be more welcoming to that idea. 4, set boundaries with love. Set boundaries with love. If your spouse, for example, constantly interrupts you or dismisses your feelings, say, I want us to have productive conversations. Can we both agree to listen without interrupting? That is you setting the boundary. You see, by you say it calmly, gently. And I did a whole video on this. That is the video before this one. How to set boundaries without controlling. It is a game changer. Please do watch that video. Proverbs 4:23 says that keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring out the issues of life. That is what boundaries help us to do. They help us protect our heart. Because if our heart is damaged, our life will be damaged. Out of it springs the issues of life. If the heart is disturbed, our life will show. We'll have a very disturbed life. If we want to have a happy life, our hearts. So what is going on with us in our life is as a result of how the state of our hearts. We need to guard our hearts. The only way you can guard your heart is by setting healthy boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries. Do watch the video to know how to do this without sounding controlling. 5, be ready for resistance. Yes, be ready for resistance and don't take it personally. Be ready for it. Don't go at first when you start and then you feel that, oh, they will receive it immediately. It often doesn't go that way. So be ready for it. When you are ready for it, you are calm. So your spouse may react defensively, but you stay calm. You stay calm. You stay calm. Just be calm. Repeat your point kindly, and then set the expectation that you want. Just say like, I love you and I want us to communicate better. Can we try again when we are both ready? Romans 12:18, it says that if it is possible, as much as depends on you, live peaceably with all men. So that's you being in control of how you feel and how you are reacting and all of that. You are staying calm. Live peaceably with all men. When your spouse won't change, what do? The thing is that you can't control your spouse's reactions. You cannot force your spouse to change. You cannot force your spouse to change. Just so that I don't repeat myself so much over here, please watch the video on what to do if your spouse won't change. But what you can do is change, you changing, because you are in control of yourself, you are in control of your emotions. You can change your approach to the situation, you can change your mindset. Then you can keep being consistent with practicing healthy communication skills. That is how the change will come about. That is how the change will come about. And then you are modeling the change that you want to get from them. You model it, you set the example, you lead by example. Thirdly, seek wise counsel if needed. Seek wise counsel if needed. Proverbs 15:22 admonishes us to seek counsel. All right. I offer one-on-one counseling. You can book an appointment with me from my website, joanbright.com. You can check the link in the description. It's online, so you can feel very comfortable. The fourth thing to do if they won't change is to trust God for strength. After you've done all of these things, trust God for strength. You see, walking on eggshells is not the way God designed marriage. That is not the way God designed marriage. So we need to speak up with love. We need to learn to speak up. Set healthy boundaries and trust God with the results. If this helped you, I want you to check out my book, Talk, Don't Fight. It is packed, loaded with practical steps that will help you communicate better in your marriage. And if you want to completely transform your marriage, enroll in my online course. It's an online course you will learn at your own pace. Effective communication in marriage. All are available on my website. They are all available on my website. Have you struggled with walking on eggshells in your marriage? I have in the past. That is why I'm so passionate about this. I have in the past and I overcame it. And that is why I'm bringing all these resources your way. I don't want you watching this video and just going back to the way you used to be. You have to learn to become assertive. So please drop a comment for me. Which of these strategies are you going to start using immediately? Which of them are you going to start using immediately? I want you to like this video. I want you to share it to many other Christian couples out there. Let them also get blessed. Look, the fact is that so many people are suffering in silence. And the wisdom is here, the knowledge is here. Please share it and help them out. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more practical wisdom on marriage. God bless you.